Welcome back to the Try Not to Say challenge, level impossible.
Editor Shane here. All the audio is from the webcam. The mic did not pick up anything during the recording. Subscribe and cue the intro. And I start climbing ahead of him. He gets to the top, and I'm climbing about halfway up, and I realize, wait, I bail out. I'm like, there's no way this is happening. Welcome back. I'm just one person, and this is a podcast. I can't. All right, this is my third time saying that. I kind of don't like saying the word podcast. I don't know. I feel like it makes people click off. Like, I bet if I had viewers, they'd click off by now. This is just me just ranting about just stories. I'm just storytelling, basically, and I'm really bad at it. So we'll get better. We'll get better. Welcome back. This is going to be episode 2, officially. Current update on the channel. We got 7 subscribers, 18 videos. That's the same from last time. Not the videos, same amount of subscribers. This is the 7 subscriber special. So this is going to be a pretty dope video, to say the least. I did that intro. I don't know if you saw it. Hope I got some plans for the intros. I hope it's going to be funny, a little eye catcher. But episode 0, I talked about how I wanted this channel to help me kind of get better on the Mag Dump podcast, because I'm a co-host. Check it out. Link in the description. And watching or just like hearing myself talk, I'm always saying like after every sentence I'd be like blah 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 blah. I think I say like to a lot, but yeah, right there. I didn't even mean to say them right there. Level impossible. And piggybacking off episode 1, I also want to talk about, I talked about my near-death unalive experiences, but I didn't actually talk about the main one, the actual I was pronounced unalive for I think a couple minutes, and I don't know how that slipped my mind, but it did somehow. So we're gonna talk about it. So let's get right into it. It was probably, I'd say, 2002, maybe 2000. No, it was definitely in 2002. We're living in this, probably the biggest house I ever lived in as a kid. I barely remember the house. I remember like some memories from it, not this memory, but some memories of it. And it was a pretty big house. It had 2 stories, an attic, and a basement. And anyways, one day my mom puts me down for a nap. She puts me down for a nap. You know, I'm a little eepy little baby at the time. So I go down for a nap. She goes and does whatever she does. I don't know, like a couple minutes later or something like that, I'm fast asleep. She comes up in the room to check on me. She leans over. She takes a big old glance at me. And lo and behold, she's got a little Thanos baby, because I'm purple. I'm purple and non-responsive. And so she freaks out and grabs me, you know, calls 911, gets on the phone with them. And she's like, she doesn't know what to do. She's doing all this first aid over the phone that they're telling her to do. And she's about to get in the car and leave and all that other stuff. That's when the ambulance shows up. They come in, do their stuff. They take me with them. I'm pretty sure I was officially, you know, unalive during like the ride, during like the ambulance from like part of the house to the ambulance. I was like, you know, I was gone. I was totally out of it. I might be misinformed on the information, but I think that's basically what happened. Obviously, I'm better. I think it was, I had a febrile seizure. Like I had a high fever and I seizured. So that was pretty bad. I was awful. And I just want to say, for those who watched my episode 1, I was watching it and I was like super monotone. I was like a robot. Like apparently I had no energy. So episode, go ahead and give it a dislike, and a comment, and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe, like right now, like before we get to the next story. Click the subscribe button, like right now. Like, I'll wait, because you're not doing it. If you already do it again. Unsubscribe, subscribe again for the troll. Anyways, fast forward, me growing up, I played outside a lot. There's a lot of reasons to it, but as a kid, if I wasn't at school, you know, I was outside playing throughout the day and all this other stuff. It was pretty crucial to my growing up experience. But one of the main perks, or I was a bit vigilante, running around the neighborhood as a little kid. We did the classic, ding dong ditch and all that other stuff as a kid growing up, like the invisible rope trick. We did all that. But one thing I did growing up as a kid, like we used to go and climb like school buildings, because school, like especially elementary schools, the buildings were like super easy to climb. So and first off, don't go and climb buildings. Okay, that's not what I'm doing here. But yeah, we used to go climb buildings and. All right, so recording. So just the battery died. I should have called that before. I thought I could milk through this fast enough before the camera died. I was racing it. Anyways, we used to climb schools growing up as a kid because they're super easy to climb, especially elementary schools. And I had a thing where like I would climb. I think I climbed every school in my city area. Like I claimed lane. I like put my flag down like I was on the moon. Every school, except one. There was one school in particular where I actually didn't get to the top of the school because, frankly, I just got scared and wussed out last minute. Now, you're probably thinking like, oh, you're just a wussy. Elementary schools, they're probably super easy to climb, and for the most part, most of them are. The thing with this school, it was crazy because it was okay. It's elementary school, but I'm pretty sure it was 3 stories high, and there wasn't. So usually a lot of schools, when they have multiple stories, they'll have like the first story where you climb up top, and then you can climb, once you're on the first story, you can climb onto the second one. No, this is just like a nice big old square, like a square, and then went straight up, 3 stories, no in between. So the scale of the school, you would have to climb all 3 at the same time. And the only way we found that we could climb the school was to go to the corner, because in the corner there were probably like bricks that poked out about like 1 inch or 2 inches that we could climb like a little ladder. So my best friend, he goes first. He's climbing it, and I start climbing ahead of him. He gets to the top, and I'm climbing about halfway up, and I realize, wait, because there's no good way to get up on top, because you have to like kind of pull yourself. You have to grab the top and kind of pull yourself up and over to get the top. And I'm like, I bail out. I'm like, there's no way this is happening. No flipping way. So I look back, and he's trying to encourage me and stuff. He's like, I'll pull you up, and all this other stuff. No, I chicken out. I leave him up there. L friend, I'll be honest, but I don't know. I could not. This is the one school that defeated me. Conquered me. But yeah, he conquered it, and he got down fine. All this other stuff, but other than that, yeah, that was about it. That was just a thing, And growing up, climbing these schools and stuff, there's always like, the places we always live, obviously it's in a neighborhood, so there's going to be an elementary school not too far. And I always remember there's always these 2 schools that we used to climb, because there's the ones that just near us. And then we would venture out and just do other schools as well. We just literally climb them, and that's it. We conquer them. We probably talk, look at the stars, and then leave. That's about it. All we did. Yeah, that was it. Anyways, we had a couple times where like this. I don't even think he knew that we were up there, but our paranoid self, we thought that the security guard pulled up because he knew we were up there. But I'm pretty sure he was just staying there and just chilling. But we were freaking out like, oh no, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? He knows we're up here. How are we going to get down? Blah, 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 blah. We probably stayed up there for a good like 30 minutes or so before we were like, screw it. Let's just jump off the other side of the school and just dip. Because the other side of the school had this ditch where you could run down into and run down the ditch without really being seen. And then we had to like do a big old loop around the neighborhood to get back to our house because our house was in the direction where the security was. So we did that. I mean, I don't even think he knew we were up there, to be honest. And another time, that school was probably the first. That was the first school we ever conquered, because that was it was super straightforward at climbing it. Because literally, what you could do to get on top of the school was either you could run up the wall of the first story and grab onto the top and pull yourself up, or you could climb this fence that was going parallel to the building wall, and get on top of the fence, and boom, you're basically on top of the building. All you do is like climb the fence. That was probably the easiest way to do it. And then another school after we moved to a different neighborhood. And then that school was same deal. You could scale up the wall of this one of the 4-story school parts, or they had an escape, like a fire escape, where on the second floor, but it was stairs going straight down, just stairs going up, and they're like those metal stages. And at the top, there was this cage at the top, so no one could get hurt. You could walk up those stairs, and then once you get to the top, you could scale outside of the stairs, hanging onto the fence, and kind of make your way around the fence to the other side. And then once you get to the other side, there's like the first story roof that you can just jump onto, and you're on the roof. Man, boop, bop, boop, bop. That school was cool because they had the first story had the building, and then had this little like trail that went down the roof, and on each side of the trail, the roof rose up for a second story. So you kind of just like walk down this path, and then it opened up to like this first story, like little hangout area where we would just hang out and whatnot. And it was cool because we, as kids, we had like this huge imagination. So we kind of like play Assassin's Creed because we could run across the first one, jump across that trail you walk through onto the other side, and the other side was like a kind of like a curve down. So when you jump down, you can like land and slide down. It sounds super dangerous, but it really wasn't. We were really putting ourselves too much in danger. But yeah, that was basically much it. Growing up, we had a blast climbing schools. I also have a huge idea with this thumbnail. Hopefully it works out. I really want to challenge myself. I got this is my day off, so I got this like plenty of time to be creative with this thumbnail. I think I could do it. Basically, just going to be me on a skyscraper, kind of looking down at the camera, and it's gonna be like, but I'm like popping out of the background, so I like pop out. It's gonna be basically Mr. Beast style. Hopefully it helps. Because I'm looking at my other thumbnails right now. My episode 0 had camera facing the front windshield of a police car. It had me in the passenger seat and Moist Critical in the driver's seat. It didn't really perform well until it was about a day in, and then it skyrocketed to like 33 views. But that was pretty good. I'm pretty sure it was just that thumbnail. In the title. Title was Ride Along Turned into Active Warrant, which is kind of a clickbait because I did a ride along, but I also got a warrant, but they're not correlated at all. And the only reason I put Moist Critical in the thumbnail was because I quoted him in the intro. I said there are more podcasts on YouTube than the night sky, but what he said was, I think what he really said was, there are more podcasts on YouTube than there are stars in the sky. I wanted to quote that, but I just messed it up and I kept it in. I was like, screw it. But, oh well. And then my other one, I said, my title was My Near-Death Experience, Episode 1. It has me, I kept the same thumbnail, face thumbnail, because I forgot to do a thumbnail on the second video. But it was basically me going, oh, I did not mean to flip up the camera. It was me going, And then I had like the background was a car about to collide with a bike. And then where I think I messed up was I also put a little like robber clip art guy, and he said, "Give me everything or else." I think I probably would have performed better if I just left that out. But we'll see. We'll see. I think those two stories got me pretty long. I think I got a nice 20-minute episode. I also been, so I mentioned, I think episode 0, I had a pet tortoise. Her name's Toad. Her birth name is Master Uguay. She's sleeping right now. She buried herself, but she's sleeping. She has a TikTok account. I'll put it in the description below. Go check it out. And then I have a TikTok account for I'm Just One Person, Mag Dump, and then my personal TikTok account. They're all pretty basic. The Mag Dump counts. I mean, it literally averages 200 views per video, which that means okay. I'm just waiting for a video to pop off. I'm Just a Person. Same deal. Just only has a couple videos because I'm not really. I want to focus on that more. I probably will, but Toad, her account pops off every time. Like any video of her I post pops off, and when I say pop off, I mean like pop off more than like my usual videos does. Because on my personal account, every video I do does like 300 to 600 views, and that's it, and then it stops. And it's all like in the first hour too. I'll get all those views literally in the first hour, and that's it. That would be it. But on her account, it'll pop up, have great engagement, and great comments. All the ratio is really good, which is kind of obvious because she's a star. You know, everyone loves her. But yeah, I post a video yesterday. I think it's at 1,300 views today. Has a bunch of shares, bunch of favorites, and a bunch of comments ratio to the 1,300. And the last video I did was, I think it ended at like 4,000, which is pretty good, to say the least. All this other good stuff. I'm basically taking trends that are popping off right now and correlating it to her. So we're going to get her into a star in no time. And then on my main account is IP Shane. I don't know if I will change the name or what. I have a YouTube channel and I plan to correlate with that as well. Just all my main stuff. I plan on making videos. I don't know what I'll do, gaming or reacting. I probably do reacting just because it's easier, just like this. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I average about 300, 600 views with that one. My most viewed video is 1.2 million. It's Minecraft related, so my account's Minecraft audience. So I post Minecraft stuff most of the time. When I can, there's a couple non-Minecraft stuff. Obviously it flops, but it sucks because my last video I posted actually popped off because it did like 6,000, 4,000 views. I'm probably wrong, but compared to my other ones, it's just a stock video of this guy showing off a prison cell. And the text say, me showing the Minecraft mending villager his new home. And that took me less than 5 minutes to make. I was in bed, but to pass out, I went ahead and posted it. And it just popped off compared to my like really good choreographed whatever. I spent a lot of time making it in Minecraft videos where I literally researched camera views and camera scenery and all this scenes and how they compare and all this other stuff and how they like overlap and how would they make a good video and all this other stuff, like keep engagement and whatnot. And it didn't do well, but I'm not worried about it. We're destined to do something. But with that, I'm just gonna wrap it up. I was just rambling the last couple minutes. Appreciate you guys watching it all the way through. And like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Peace.